We would like to have the results in a table over here for different APRs. And let's go ahead and actually type 4%, and then we have 4.25%. You can see it's already formatted as percentage. If it's not, you have to go to percent. I am selecting the two numbers in the series. This is a series, and I can just fill down. Now let's see another way to do the same thing. I'm going to undo, and I have the 4%, and I'm going to make my selection here. And I will go to the fill series. I am going to fill the series in a column, so that's correct. The step value is I'm going up by what? By 0.25. Okay, that's the 0.25. But remember, it's 0.25%. Okay, and the stop value was 6%. So you have to be careful to actually type 6% or type 0.06. It's the linear growth, so let's push OK. I want to have results to monthly payment, total to repaid loan, and total interest paid. So I'm going to link to those formulas. Over here equals, I'm going to link to monthly payment. And then equals sign going to link to total to repay. And then equals sign going to link to this formula, total interest paid. Okay? Remember, you can also type, so let me quickly show you. So if I know that the name is total interest paid, I don't even have to know what it is. I can just start typing total. Okay, that's total interest paid. Double click it, push enter. I would like to have labels over these formulas, so I can just right click and I can have a custom format. So I go format cells, custom, and I'm going to scroll all the way up to general. Because I want to type a label, I'm going to use quotes. So this would be payment. And we will do the same for the other two cells. Now comes the fun part. So what we want to do is have Excel fill in this table automatically. So for 4%, what should the payment be? It should be this. For the total repay should be this, and so on. If I change this one to 4.5%, then under 4.5%, we should see these three numbers, right? So let me just undo. Let's see how we do this. We make the selection for Excel to fit it in. And then we go to the Data tab where we have what if analysis. So what if we have different APRs? And this is called the data table. And what is changing is only one thing, is the APR. Now the APR, if you look at it, is in a column. So then I'm going to skip directly to column. Now what is the APR in the input area? Because that's what's actually changing. That's what's actually used in the formulas for monthly payment, total to repay loan, and total interest paid. So it's right here in B4. Okay, and let's push OK. Let's go ahead and format these numbers. So I just hit the $sign. When you see those hash marks, you just need to have more space. Let's just double check. I'm going to type here 5.5%. And I'm going to look at the numbers and see if they correspond to the numbers under 5.5%. And they do. Now, what if we try to look not only at the APR changing, but the cost of home, because we want to see what we can afford. I'm going to type again the 4%. Okay, this one is not formatted, so let's format as a percent with 2 decimal places. And let me now type a 4. Over here, 4.25%. And this is not formatted as, let me use this format painter just to go to format everything nicely. And now I'm going to type 4.25%. Here we go. Select two numbers and then use the fill handle to bring it down. Over here I'm going to type 150,000 and then 175,000. And then I'm going to type 200,000. Format them as accounting and no decimals. It says monthly payment, so we need always to have a formula. Based on the formula, Excel can generate the numbers here. What's the formula? Equal sign, the monthly payment is in this box. It was calculated using the input area actually. And if you don't quite see it, let me actually show it to you. So let me explain this, how these numbers are used in this formula. If you go to the formula, you can use trace precedence. So that shows you that these cells are used in the formula, and you can actually see it if you double click the formula. Now let me go to one of the cells and do the same trick, trace precedence. And now you can see how cost of home and down payment are actually being used in this formula. What about the periodic rate? Trace precedent. You see how those are used. And what about number of payment periods? Trace precedent. And again, you see. So basically, the whole input area is used indirectly in the monthly payment. Let's now remove all the arrows. And remember how we can custom format this one. We can put over here APR. Remember to use the quotes. Now let's try this data table. Again, you make your selection. The selection should include the formula and the empty cells. And that's from the data what if analysis. It's a data table. And two things are changing. In the row, we have 150,000, 175,000. That's the cost of home. Where is in the input area? Right there. So you click it. What about the APR? Is in a column. You already know it. Remember, it was right here, APR in B4. And push OK. And you got the numbers. So for 4% and for 150,000, get this number. Okay? Now, if I'm going to change here 175,000 for 4%, it should be 787.74. Okay?